Alrighty. I'm alive. I love how this is your body that's in here, Greek. Alright, I'm trying to remember how in the world I used to do these. Oh, coupler's already open. Alright. Cool. Oh, Robert's in the chat. Popped by and say hello. Well, hello to you. Hello, William. How's everybody doing today? Alright, let's get this hooked up. Hello, girl. Welcome on back. Nice and easy, please. Or just let the eye slam into everything. It works too. Alright, go to manual.
Oh, I forgot about that already.
What?
Totally forgot about that already. Oiling journal boxes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Thank you.
So the answer, Nasu, is going to be default. Yeah, totally forgot about that. You guys in the passenger trains are going to have to keep an eye on that. That goes down actually pretty quick. I think too quick, but
Yeah, what do we want that setting at? I didn't even look for it.
I'm not sure what the setting options are. Let me look here. Features: wear and tear, overhaul, hot boxes and oiling, oil use rate 100%. Hold on, I have to look at what the changelog says that even is. Do. Uh, let's see, update. Uh, why? Oh, uh, okay. Go here, store page, but that's not what I want. I want news. Bag gummit. Seal updates, latest one, 2 days ago. More about this update. Should have just taken me there in the first place. Are you kidding me? That's not what I want. I'm gonna blow gasket with the way Steam's current interface is for some reason. I'm having a bad day. Alright, Railroader. Change log, release notes. Let's see.
Well, wouldn't it be more accurate to check the game updates on their Discord?
I went there next because I got tired of screwing with Steam.
Oh, okay.
Okay, oiling and hot boxes. Cars in good condition only consume 0.5% of oil in a mile. Jeez.
Well, we're screwed.
Only. Only. So that's 100% consumption. Is 0.5% per mile. That doesn't sound. Okay, so do you want it to still be a thing that you have to keep an eye on, or do you want it accurate to real life? Because journals probably get checked every 100 or so miles just to check them. Maybe every 200-300 miles, yard to yard, depending if they get yarded right in this time period. So it would actually probably be somewhat more realistic to make that a 0.5% every 5 miles, which would take it from 100% to 20% usage in this case.
Really? 20%? I thought you were gonna up it.
Why would I up the oil
I don't
usage?
know. I said 20% would be accurate.
Uh, it would be maybe more accurate. So that would drain 0.5% every 5 miles, which is probably closer to real life, not actual real life. 0.5% every mile in our case, though, with the railroad being, well, I mean, passenger train can put on a couple hundred miles per day, so they would be refilling the journals from nothing, once or twice a day easily. Um, so I think if you lowered that to 20% usage, which would be 0.5% every 5 miles, then topping off the journals at the end of the railroad would suffice, which would make more sense. So if, for instance, Nasu got to the other end of the railroad to Nantahala, go around the train while he's loading, check and top off journals, go to the other end of the railroad, do the same thing, that would make more sense. Now, freight cars, slightly different story, but you probably won't ever get a hotbox this way. So if you're looking for YouTube content, uh, maybe leave it where it is or up it for the funsies, but that's for you to decide.
Right now I put it at 20%.
You're like, I don't want to have to deal with this just yet.
Yeah, well, we've got enough issues as is just normal operation. Yeah, William, I'm right there with you. Because we're suffering over here with 90 plus degree weather. Stupid humidity. Actually, it's supposed to rain tonight, so it should actually break everything.
Yeah, I saw that we were supposed to get a little bit of rain.
I did have the top and doors off on my Jeep for the past couple of days, and fucking wonderful. Great weekend.
I spent the weekend doing farm stuffs.
Yeah. How is the old farm stuff?
Uh, I'm a bit calmer than I had been over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, was
So,
that?
because I'm basically caught up.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. That's screwed up. Someone has a video of them crushing an old tractor in a car crusher.
Oh, you know what was sad? We were driving by scrapyard near where I'm at to get to some railroad tracks, and we spotted an old farm all kind of just in the heap.
Yeah. What happens is, and I don't like it, but it's what happens is scrappers go to estate auctions and stuff like that, and they'll just buy the old tractors and just throw them in the scrap heap for money. Literally go to auctions solely to buy the tractors for scrap.
That's fucked up. I didn't even realize that.
Yep. And I've had to bid against them. They don't give a shit if you're actually planning to do something with it. They will bid against you just to throw it in the scrap heap.
Yeah, that's a bit garbage. We did
I
recently though get up close and personal with one of the remaining Weird and Steel slide cars that was next to that scrapyard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
fucking huge. You don't realize how big those ladle cars are until you get up next to one.
Right. Why is this talc car not loaded out yet? It will be soon enough. A couple more, another ton. I guess they're 74 tons. I thought they were 72 ton. Might as well wait for that. It means money.
Oh, the Fusey on Nantahala? Yeah, I think I left that there for whatever reason the last time I was out there. That's my bad. Oh. Oh. That's awesome, William. William and their friend restored a 1907 Case 110 steam tractor.
Nice.
Very nice. You've done us proud. Oh, hey, by the way, since it's been a little bit since we've chatted, have you watched Acolyte yet?
No, I have not.
Not at all.
Correct.
Cause like same.
Yeah.
And I'm usually not bad with Star Wars shows. Like new one comes out, I'm like all for it. But like, I don't know why. I just like I guess I've not been in the mood. But
I suppose. I mean, I've barely been at my computer, period, in the last like month
yeah,
and a half.
that's also been a mood for me too.
How's the emblem designing going?
Good. I mean I posted the coasters.
Yeah.
And they came out beautiful.
Very
Um,
nice.
yesterday or last night rather, I spent quite a bit of time on another software to lay them out for the CNC router table that we have, and they'll hopefully be getting ready to cut very soon. We also just received and got our new bandsaw. We have a new 14-inch jet bandsaw that we just got.
Very nice.
So that's got to be installed in the shop, and then we got a new cabinet that fits under the CNC router table, so that'll also be very nice to have. So yeah, some things are being done. I was going to originally to like try and design the rest of my list of emblems that I was working on. But some of them are proven a lot more chaotic and annoying to restore and correct. So I'm just gonna cut my losses for the time being, and then start working on actually producing some stuff. So there will be more to show soon.
Nice.
I actually gave away 2 of the test runs that I did. The Conrail sign and the Rio Grande sign went to a local train group known as the Washington Train Gang, I think is how they call themselves. In a little area called Washington, PA.
Oh.
Little Washington is how the locals call it. But yeah. And then at some point I also have to sit down and clean up the EBT was it Illinois Central and Mississippi?
Mm.
Something like that. And then Kansas City Southern.
Cool.
Those are on the list. Those are for people in our community that have been around
Yeah.
as members.
I heard the guy who does the Weatherly and Lehigh Valley gave you one too to look at.
Yeah, I gotta. Actually, I did have an idea about that. I was meaning to talk to you. I just didn't get around to it. Yeah, that's the one. Nassau, Illinois Central, in Mississippi Valley. Oh, that is cool. So William in chat was continuing on about the steam tractor.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, in the 30s, a logging company went out of business and just abandoned the steam tractor in a forest.
Oh. Yeah, that happened a lot. Um, not just to like things like that, but you know, whole companies just left stuff sit, like the logging railroad up in New England area. Was that Maine? I think
Probably.
they just left it sit. Didn't scrap anything because it was more of a pain in the butt to scrap it than it was to just leave it sit. It wasn't worth the money,
Let it
especially
become
during the
a
Depression.
forest decoration.
Yep. I mean, what the heck? Southern Pacific, when it started dieselizing, even in the 50s, scrap metal wasn't worth it, so engines sat literally until the price went up. They just left them sit in the yard until the price went up. Of course, Southern Pacific at the time wasn't exactly wanting for money like some other railroads were, so they could afford to wait.
Alright, that fuse is kind of stupid there, but the switch is lined against it, so. Come on, just go a hair further. Perfect. Yeah, Nasu. That would be ideal.
Hmm.
Hello there, Trainer Pillar. Hope you are enjoying the mods. Apparently it says you are. That's good. I don't think we ever published all the mods that we are using. I mean, they're all public mods. They're not anything private.
I mean, I have a couple private things, but that's not
Yeah,
for
that's not the point.
public.
I would love to see what private mods you have, but
I'm sure you would. I have to follow Rule 9 of that server, however. I think it's Rule 9.
that's the Railroader modding server, right?
Yep.
How does one get into said server?
Must be invited by staff, I think.
Oh, good.
Although, I mean, Daichu's got on there somehow, so. Or I think he's on there. Nashu's in there.
Yeah. Well, Crusher's in there too, so.
Yeah, Crusher's in there.
I thought someone did send me a link. I don't know who.
You have to check. If you have a link, you're good. I'm sure that I could grab you a link if I asked the guys, but it's not something I've done recently.
Yeah, the F7 and the A12 are fun modded locos.
Yes.
I am looking forward to that. What has everyone been craving over on the channel? The articulated, the big one.
Oh, the Virginian
Yeah,
210-10-2?
yeah,
Yeah.
that. I'm looking forward to that. I still want a triplex because it's me. Um,
I think that is still also in the works, though. I have not heard anything more public. I know Luna's been just kind of doing their thing. There's also the Redding 060 Camelback that I crave that has not been completed yet.
yeah, I would love to see um the triplex. Oh, William just mentioned the B&O EM1 Yellowstone. That would be a good one.
Just a friendly reminder to those here in the stream and in the chat that sharing of mod information outside of the server without permission is no bueno. Just keep that in mind. So if something's not public and you guys are on the modding server, keep that in mind that even throwing it in the chat here could technically be a violation of the rules. Not that the guys would get necessarily overly mad, but just remember there are rules for that server. But I think that particular one was made public. But I am saying that I know there are people in the chat and in this server who are on that server, and there are things not public outside that server that details are not to be shared outside the server at this time. Just a reminder. I'm not staff, but just a reminder.
Yeah,
That's your
the
PSA.
the Yellowstone would be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think that one's been shared outside here.
How's it? I've never heard a single thing about it.
I think it ended up in your server chat at one point. I'm not saying it necessarily belonged there, but I think it went out. But I should probably check before I say anything else. I won't get in trouble because they know me well enough. But let's see. Yeah, there's some other wacky shit that you guys are gonna love whenever they say anything about it publicly.
Would
Oh, that
love
one.
to see someone ball a Pennsylvania T1.
That would be fun.
That would be massive. Like, he would have to literally double the size of the turntable to get that fucker on it.
Well, there's a lot of these engines. Like, you're not going to be able to turn the 210-10-2. It's
No,
just not going to
that's
happen.
obvious.
You know, I don't actually see a thread for the Yellowstone. So
Maybe
I really don't have any notes for you guys. I mean, I remember hearing about it, but I don't see anything about it.
maybe it's just been something that people have wanted.
Maybe. There are other things in here you guys are going to, like, drool over that I can't talk about yet, but
That's good to know.
yes, it is Rule 9. Anything that is said or sent here is considered private and is not to be shared anywhere else. Consider this a rule for NDA, similar to an NDA. If any leaks occur from the server and are traced back to you, you will be banned.
Wow, where have I heard those terms before?
Probably from the same group of people.
That's what I thought. Probably best, and I don't bother to join that server.
I mean, Mm, eh.
Not that I have a problem with anybody. I don't, but
I didn't really think about it, to be honest.
alright, longs are coming down. Oh, well, they were. Apparently there's a switch lined against. I thought I cleared that switch. There we go. Uh, 12 is hitting Bryson right now. There's like one engine in Bryson. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell you guys have been up to, but
Once we start buying the shit that I plan on actually buying, a lot of the other engines are just going to either get sold or packed up somewhere.
I just store things because I the expansion to Andrews is going to require a lot of equipment.
Oh, speaking of which, did I? I feel like I bought the first milestone for it, but oh, nope, there it goes. Now I did. Here. Well, there goes 2.5 grand. Oh, Dragon's in chat. Welcome back, Dragon. And he's in the call too, apparently. I looked to my right, I see you in chat. I looked to my left, and it's like, oh, there he is.
And for those who are looking, he's not in there. Sir Chris Kringle's my alt. So I see you're doing the Woodstock.
Yeah, finishing up some stuff that I left off last time.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, watching a storm go by my place right now.
Yeah.
She's a Tuesday. She just knocked out the power, thank God.
Yeah, what was it? Yesterday morning? Yeah, yesterday morning, just out of the blue, the power went out for like a minute. And then came back on.
Wave. Substation's going poof.
Maybe.
Yeah, usually when it gets too hot, it can either be the substations and or along depending on where you are. I forget what they call the little round things. It's like a transform. Yeah, I think there are transformers, but they're a particular type of transformer. They got liquids in them. That's how they cool them down and store energy, I think. Anyhow, those things go, man. It's just like a big blue burst of flames in the air. Absolutely crazy.
Nasu, thank you for the 19 months. Almost 2
Woohoo,
years.
Nasu. I guess he's sticking around. Okay, that's a really janky turn to come in, eh?
Yeah, that's just the colony. Oh, jeez. Connolly? There, yeah, Connolly. Why?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, wow. You really don't want to be coming down and making this little reaction in here too quick.
Yeah, that's actually why I have AI driving right now.
Thank God for the AI. The modern technology. If you can't do it, AI could.
Nasty says they're sticking around, especially when COS comes out. Hell yes. When COS comes out, me and Sheridan will 100% be living in that game 24/7.
What's the?
Century of Steam. It's what Creek here is actually helping work on.
Oh,
If I can say that, I can say that, right?
no, it's another rail game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally waiting to see. Wait a minute, is there anything on it in Steam yet?
There's a
Yes.
Steam page. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a Steam page, there's a Patreon, there's a, well, formerly Twitter, there's an X account, there's a Facebook account. There's also a website, a YouTube account. So if this is the first time you're hearing about it,
yeah,
there's
which
a
is kind of
whole
weird.
there's a whole year of devlogs for you to catch up on.
Oh hell yeah, that'll keep me busy for a little bit.
Yeah. So there's those are on the YouTube page. If you want June's devlog, you could either wait 2 more weeks or you can pay a dollar or two. I think minimum's $2 on the Patreon, and you will have access to the devlogs 1 month ahead of everyone who gets them for free on YouTube. Um, which they all come out publicly on YouTube a month later, anyhow. So you can wait. It just puts you behind a little bit, but generally, I mean,
Oh,
people are
the ways around that, it's called a nick.
well.
Huh?
I
I
don't.
didn't do
I don't
anything.
think. I don't think Nick's
No,
is
but
on the
as you
Patreon
play
either.
it, I'll know all about it.
Oh well, the game hasn't come out for me to play it.
Yeah,
No,
no, it hasn't come out for anyone to play it.
Yeah.
no, it's just they're just giving you reviews on it. By the sounds of it,
I
little hints
actually,
and
I'm
sneak
gonna be
peeks.
honest. I've not watched any of the devlogs since I think the announcement of was it Heist and Sound? What?
I might
Hyacinth.
have actually
Hyacinth.
seen it.
That's the one.
That, geez, almost a year, my
Yeah.
dude.
Well, you know what? I kind of enjoyed what I did with Railroader, not like watch anything on it, and then just enjoy everything that I enjoy when it comes out, and not be
Oh yeah,
disappointed
man,
by
That's fair.
overthinking about it.
vanilla.
That's fair. I mean, I'm biased, but you'll never be disappointed about Century of Steam. But
Oh
um,
no, I know I will not
Oh,
be
it's called
disappointed.
Sentry Steam.
Century of Steam.
Century of Steam.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Obviously, I'm under NDA, but anything in the public, I can tell you about.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That just makes it easier to.
I I didn't realize Dragon had no idea the game even existed for the last year.
Yeah, well, I've been playing every game probably except that one.
Well, I mean, I am not even playing it yet for obvious reasons.
Well, I'm
I
sure
mean,
there's people already testing it to some extent.
well, I mean,
I already have an
okay,
idea of who
you
someone
you can
is.
you can assume that, sure. I can neither confirm nor deny those things for obvious reasons, but yes, you could assume that the game gets play tested up to what you see in the devlogs.
Of
Um,
course.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no beta or alpha out yet.
no,
No.
Oh, that's
no,
looking
no,
pretty
no.
good. Music sounds great.
Oh, the music is dope. Again, no bias or anything, obviously.
100%
Uh,
bias.
oh, they got number 13 right down my alley, man. Well, look at this. Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
did
yeah.
oh, there's the Burke. Why
Holy crap,
the-
they got tunnels!
Burke is waiting for this talc car to finish fucking loading.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to see. Alarka
Ooh.
got spotted, it looks like.
Alarka's done. So the plan is grab this talc car as soon as these lazy jerks finish loading it, and then head to Robinson's Gap, grab that train, double to the stuff at Junction, and head to Bryson.
I'm gonna do a quick little service at Dillsboro, because I think there's Locust pin cars that can be switched out.
Okay, that looks good. Yeah, that definitely looks good.
Also, good evening, Wolf. Noticed that you dropped in here. I didn't get a chance to say
Hey,
hi
what's
to you.
up, Wolf?
That's fine. Are all the mods the same since the last time I've been here?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I mean, a couple got updated, but it shouldn't matter for your case.
I mean, fair enough. I was mainly asking if we had installed the GP38, more or less.
No, they had not. I mean, I have it, but Nick's don't. So
I also have it. It's actually
Ah.
pretty fun. Thing's huge, though.
the GP38 is probably the most complexly scripted mod yet.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least most complexly scripted locomotive.
Yes. Yes. Probably.
That's
You're
been
probably,
released.
That's
Yes.
been released. Oh, why am
That's
I
been
lagging?
publicly released.
I am
Because
lagging
I
like
could
that.
imagine that the
I can imagine there are many
Um,
prototypes in development that are much more complex.
well, I was gonna say the Virginia probably is complex as well.
I
Oh
am
yeah,
all
right. I forgot about that entirely.
I'm all of a sudden only getting 7 FPS. Why?
My game personally loves to drop FPS for no.
I'm not
fucking
dropping any
reason.
frames right now.
I'm gonna reload the game. Oh, there it goes. What the hell? Now I. Oh. Huh. Interesting.
All right, well, no, I got some stuff to watch later. No, hell yeah.
Yeah, the GP38 really kind of sets the new like standard for mods, and modding's only been a thing for a couple months. And
Yeah.
Oh, what do
it's
you
like,
mean in the other game?
no, yeah, Railroader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, freaking. They B-Man really. He's gonna make everyone work now.
Why?
I
What's
mean-
Adam doing?
No, not Adam. Uh, B-Man,
Oh,
the guy who made the 38.
okay.
Well, all the scripts there. You know, like I'm thinking like my Lehigh Valley 210-2C kind of thing. Like, damn, I'm really gonna have to bust my butt to make that thing like to that kind of quality.
All right.
Which I need to re-up my subscription here soon to 3ds Max so I can finish that. Oh Christ, this thing holds 70. I gotta wait for another ton on this freaking hopper car.
Are you actively just sitting there waiting for those late?
Yeah, because there's
Get off
actually not
the-
really much of anything else to do on the railroad right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went up, I did a Larka, came back down, dropped that car off, waiting for this car. I actually sent the Burke back here to Hewitt to pick up these cars because it was a couple miles down the road the other way. And I'm like, no, go back get those because it's money. And it's like, oh, now I gotta wait for this car because it was close. It was at like 72 or 71.8 or 9 and going up. I'm like, oh, it's almost done. Well, no, it's a 74-ton car. Shit. Gotta wait.
That tonnage gets you every time.
You know, I really don't know what it is about high hood diesels. I always just loved them.
Yes.
For no particular reason. I don't get why.
Powerful. That's why I like them.
Fair enough. Also,
No,
I
you-
guess it is a bit more weight on the trucks, so...
Yes.
Can be.
Well, it
Now,
can
mind
be,
you,
depends on how
yeah.
it's set
Now,
up.
mind you, the old ones could be just as heavy,
Fair
and
enough.
sometimes, in some cases, even heavier. But it's how the weight is distributed.
So, the people who have actually had the GP38, have you noticed how big it is compared to the GP7? Or is this GP7 or 9? I can't tell.
Well,
Nine.
depending on the mods.
GP9.
It should be a couple feet longer. Yes.
GP9. Well, not only is it longer, it's taller.
Yes.
It's ever so slightly taller, and that's... It's actually kind of intimidating. The scale of that thing.
That's why it's a beast.
Yes.
Oh, you had to flip them around.
You talking about me?
Yes, sir.
Taking 2 cars out. They gotta go to interchange, and I gotta put new cars in.
Yeah,
So
just
they
that's
figure
what I mean by flipping them around. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
They had patched the GP38 so that it was able to be used through UMM fully. But I installed it originally before they patched it. So I can still see the GP38 despite removing all my mods.
You know what's really weird? The difference of the gauge of the North American tracks compared to the European tracks.
Yeah.
That's weird. Now, question is, are any of these railroaders going to use the European style?
No.
I didn't think so. Well, they would if they're doing just like a game on European railroads. I've seen that. I mean, what is it? There's that other railroad company there that you can actually. Oh, what the hell do they call them? It's like a sim railroads or something like that.
Oh,
where you can
like
actually
Train
drive the-
Sim World or Train Simulator.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they'll do routes.
Yes.
I'm
Not
personally
like
not a big
this,
fan
where
of
you have
most
to
of
actually. Yeah.
those train sim games.
Yeah, it's just to simulate, so that people get an idea what they actually do, But this one here allows you to drive the train, be the company, learn how to, switch the stuff. Excuse my language here. Yeah, okay, there we go. And how to switch the stations work and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool. On top of that, you get a long ride, depending on how far you get in the game.
Yeah. Side topic here. Trainer Player was commenting and the stream said recently they've been wanting to join the Heist Discord server. But then apparently there's some video about it out there that made the server look like the literal definition of hell.
Oh, not
Craig,
good.
do you know anything about that?
What are we talking about? Sorry.
I don't know. Apparently, a trainer player here in chat was interested in joining Heist's Discord server, right?
Oh, here. Okay, so.
And apparently they came across a video that kind of made Heist's server look like the literal definition of hell.
My question would be in what way? Just too many people in there getting stupid?
Too many people.
Hold on, I actually got a phone call I gotta answer.
Roger on the phone call.
I've had some issues with it before, but at this point, most of those issues have been resolved. They were more
I think a
personal
lot of
issues to
people
me
get
than anything.
I think a lot of people get stupidly butthurt in a server.
That's probably it.
Respectfully, I'm not gonna comment on how things are ran over there, as everybody's allowed to run their own Discord server the way that they see fit, obviously.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, do what you feel is best for you. If you want to join it, join it. If you don't, then don't.
What's the old saying? Enter at own risk.
Yeah.
Oh, just a slightly off topic, but if anybody uses Discord and hadn't been able to get on for the last day or so, it's up and running now. I actually checked it a little bit before I came in here. Buddy and I use it to play, was it Helldivers 2 when we were playing?
I must have been down in certain sections of the world, because I don't think I've had a single problem with it recently.
Yeah, no, I haven't had it, like, for the longest I didn't have it, but here and my friend in England, we weren't able to get onto it, and it could have been just them updating servers, you know, because they do that once every so often. They have to, you know, servers like anything else, they wear out. You know, there may be solid state parts, but you know, electricity has its way to, like anything else, eat way through, you know.
Oh,
Where you
fuck.
headed? Where you headed now?
How did I do what?
What happened?
I don't want to talk
I
about it.
see.
Oh, okay. I'm reading.
What the heck happened here?
What'd you guys do?
I didn't do anything. That was all next.
I don't want to talk about it.
Wait. Why'd you stop like that right in the middle of a track? Actually, I wish you guys had it up here running in the or Discord so I could see us here.
Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Oopsie.
Nope, Nasu, shut up.
Did someone forget to switch it?
Oh, the switch wasn't the issue. It was the speed going through the switch, apparently.
That's what I saw. And all I see is a smoke. Off the
Sorry
front.
about that. That was a farm call. I didn't mean to skip out on that particular subject. Although it being that particular subject, I don't know that
Yeah,
I'm going to comment on that
I'm pretty
anyway.
sure none of us have any real reason to comment exactly on it. So.
Well, I don't even know what the heck you're talking about, to be perfectly honest. But I'm
Fair
not going to
enough.
comment on it anyway. Because I try not to keep up with the Discord drama anymore. So when stuff like that comes up, I usually don't have a clue. I mean, like I said earlier in the stream, I really haven't spent any time on my computer in the last month and a half. So like this is the first time I've actually gotten to sit down and actually play with you guys, because I actually work night shift. So I came home, I passed out. I only got up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, it
So
sounds like what I did.
then Nix is like, "Hey, we're gonna stream," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, I get to actually play tonight because I got nothing else going on right now." So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm dodging thunderstorms over here. They should be almost gone through here.
I'm waiting for dinner at this point. I'm hungry.
Oh, Nick, any word on the Sheridan lately? Surprised he's not in here with us.
I'm not exactly trying to question how you're running a railroad, but there's another interchange car at Dillsboro.
Oh, a getaway one?
No, there's just an interchange car at the Dillsboro yard.
Oh, sorry, I clocked out of there for a second. Yeah, hold on, I can grab it.
Like, I'm not exactly trying to nitpick how you're running your own railroad, but yeah.
I was tuned out. I didn't even realize it was
Oh,
there.
okay. Fair enough. This is why it's always nice to have a second set of eyes.
Or 3 or 4 or
Or
5.
15.
Yeah. Like pairs. I'm going by the pairs, man.
Anyway, before I got interrupted here by my dad, my one comment I was gonna make is I've not ever had any issues with the heist cord. Even though I don't entirely agree with some of the methodologies that are over there in terms of moderation, but that's just
The only
my own
issue I've
personal
ever
opinion
actually
on it.
had was from my own stupidity.
That's why we here.
But again, I mean, do what you want. If you want to join that server, join it. Have fun. It's a good, fun server, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
As they say, enter at own risk.
But if you don't feel comfortable, then obviously you have no reason to. I need to slow
Stick
down
around?
before I was about to hit
Slow
another
down
switch at
before you hit
about
that
40
switch.
miles an hour.
And do it again.
No, no, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I definitely did not derail a Jeep while Creek was gone for a second on phone call.
What?
What? I'm
You
sorry,
missed
what?
it.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but
I go away for a minute and look what happened.
shouldn't have gone away.
That's why we can't have nice things.
This is literally why we can't have nice things. We can't even. Can we even upgrade the contracts?
I was going
Or
to
are we
say,
still
what's
waiting on you to get a better rating?
the percentage at right now?
Yes.
You don't want to know.
When he says yes, you know it's low.
All right, William. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much for hanging out.
And what's that saying? Williams has left the stage. Is it me or your car is tilting to the left as you go around this corner?
Oops. Nope. Hold on. Up. There we
Yeah,
go.
they do. Cool. Yeah, there was an update for this game too, what, the last day or two.
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 updates.
If I remember correctly, actually, yeah, to my knowledge at least, and this is the last time I checked, the safety rating, to my knowledge at least, and this is my very limited knowledge, doesn't entirely affect the rating of the contracts that you can take. It's more of your consistency with said contracts.
Yeah, that's the thing.
At the very least, you have to at least fulfill the contract.
And there's the diesel over there. Is that 2 of them?
Yeah, that's 2 more over there.
How many does the company got now?
We got 3 GP9s.
Yes.
Yeah, GP9s.
3 GP9s and an SW one.
I know
And
we
there's
had
an
a
F unit
bunch
running
because
around,
we had that.
There's an F unit somewhere?
Yeah, it's number 500 is an F unit.
Oh, I didn't realize that mod was installed.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I looked in the buy menu, I didn't see it. Oh, no, now I see it. Is
That's
there
right,
a
you're-
B unit, or is it just an FA unit?
No, there's a B in there too,
Okay.
but we don't own an FB.
Wait, what?
We only own an F7A.
I mean, not like that's all too much of a problem, because...
I mean, the A unit on its own is a decent engine.
Yeah, it's a good engine. At this point, the only reason you need a B unit is, I guess... Isn't the B unit basically the same engine? Exactly.
Yes, without a cab.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a cab, and you can still control it on its own in the game.
Well, some B units did have hostler controls in them. Not something
Yeah,
that
that
you
makes
should
sense.
really be running a train with,
Oh yeah,
because
no,
it would.
it's not for road running. It's
No,
for...
no, you would, because you wouldn't have an automatic. You'd have an independent brake and your throttle and reverser, but you wouldn't have automatic.
It's not for road running. It's for shop use, if anything.
Yes.
It's like it's so you can connect the engine to the rest of the train. At that point, you don't want to haul anything with hostler controls,
Nope.
let alone a B unit. Oh, I just thought of a stupid idea. Just hook up some compressor car or something to a B unit and just operate it. It's just its own engine entirely. It just doesn't have a fucking cab. I hate that. I hate my mind.
I might do some time jumping here in a minute.
Gotta do a little bit of time travel.
Just do like an hour.
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
That should get me this car, and I can send the Burke back to Robinson Gap. I assume.
Well, I waited an hour.
Holy crap!
Fuck. 75
further
tons
can
is
you
not
go there?
full? How many tons do these freaking covered hoppers have? I thought it was 74. Now it's up to 75? Come on.
Yeah, more money.
I mean, I guess you can skip another hour. Badunk. 76 and a half. There, that should be full. Come on, cycle away, Bill, you piece of crap.
Is that a map mod? Yeah, that's a map enhancer mod. It's been wonderful.
It's not actually a map mod, it's just an interface kind of mod.
Yeah.
This way bill's not cycled. Equipment, operations. Oh, I can't cycle away bill. That's cute. Alright.
Why, you need perms?
I don't know. I thought I was pretty high up, honestly.
You're a train master.
I'm a train master.
Look, you put
Hey.
on president. There you go.
Da 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 da
Shut the hell up. We
Mario
don't need to get into that conversation.
Oh no.
Actually, I still can't cycle away, Bill. That's dumb.
Really?
Yeah,
Try relogging, maybe?
maybe.
There was a
If that
question
doesn't
in
work-
here.
Well, actually, no. If that doesn't work, I think no, you're just kind of screwed there.
Eh,
The question is this map modded?
no.
No. The
No.
physical map, no.
Okay, there,
I
didn't realize
strong
we had 2 passenger trains. What the heck?
I strongly encourage them to not use map mods for the sake of getting nuked every time there's an update.
exactly.
Currently, older map mods do work. It's just that they don't work right.
Yeah.
It's like they don't load custom assets or anything like that.
That's
I wonder
the-
if they got rid of the cycleway bills thing for non-railroad cars. Nix, this green covered hopper over here at Talc and Lime. I think it's loaded, but it won't fucking cycle.
Where is it?
You're
Wait,
talking
where is
about
it?
any car that we don't own, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not getting a cycle button on any of them.
That's annoying. So,
Where are you talking about?
Talc and Lime, the green covered hopper should be full.
Where is Talc and Lime?
Nantahala, Talc and Lime.
Okay. I didn't know where that was.
It's in Hewitt. I wonder if I pull it out of the siding, and if it'll cycle.
Sometimes you just have to wait like 10 minutes for some things to actually cycle.
I'm impatient.
So am I. Except my railroad is small enough that I can just like wait an hour whenever I need to do that. That's not exactly an easy option here.
You should play on the Weatherly Lehigh Valley.
Oh no.
You think Nix's railroad's busy? It ain't.
This is busy.
We can
Well, right
be.
now it's not busy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It depends
It
on
gets,
what.
it gets busy when the interchange is serviced.
The Weatherly and Lehigh Valley typically runs a 3 to 4,000 ton outbound train daily, and then 2 sections of inbounds daily. And all customers are officially tier 5.
Oh,
All?
no.
All.
To the Andrews and back?
We haven't connected to Andrews yet, but
Okay.
everything up to Nantahala is officially tier 5.
What tier were we at?
We're on tier 5 for a lot of things, just not anything past Alarka, I guess, or Robinson.
Yeah, but eventually.
Eventually, TM.
So let's see if it switches. Oh wait, no, it's not done. Look at that, it's still loading. 76.6 tons now. Christ. Well, I'm just gonna stay here now. All right, well, I guess it goes to 77 tons. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna be back. Food's done.
Well, he's got munchies while he's waiting. I gather this is the interchange, is it?
Where I
Oh.
was at, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, another little bit off topic. When's the next time you feel like going and doing some shenanigans on the highways of was it LA that we're doing that on?
Los Santos.
Yeah, that's
I don't know when I'll be doing that next.
well. If you do, just text me in what do you call it? Discord to let me know because I have the heist thing or not the heist thing, the money run to do.
Yeah.
And that's a good what 500 grand for that,
Yeah, and they're good money.
and everybody else gets what 50 grand.
It's like 10% of whatever you sell.
Yeah, yeah. Just hopefully you don't lose nothing. So if and when you want to get into shenanigans, let me know.
Yeah, of course.
Here's something I love doing in regards to Railroader. I love just going into their Discord and looking at rolling stock suggestions.
Rolling stock
Some
suggestions.
fun suggestions for these, like a 20-ton box cab. Well, it's just a box on a rail. It's funny.
Pulp
Not quite food, yeah. Not quite there. That's a fun run, provided you got the right engine on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little deceiving that you don't see it, folks, but it's an actual. You got to go up a hill to get in there, and you're zigzagging your way down it.
Gotta pull these guys out. I'm gonna run them down to the other side. That way we can swap them when we need to.
Okay. This place has made a lot of money since we started this game.
Yeah,
Wood-
I wish I could.
Woodblood?
I think Sheridan was tossing the idea of building some sort of financial tracker just to kind of see like a line graph type deal.
Oh, to see how much we actually make out of
Yeah,
that one?
like or how much we made
Yeah.
over time and whatnot.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Well, at least the heat went down a little bit here. It was up to 30 degrees here this afternoon. And then low
Up
game
to?
a thunderstorm pop up.
Hold on, wait. It was up to 30 degrees?
Yeah.
That's
Depending on where you were living.
Celsius.
Okay. I was confused.
Yeah, it gets toasty here. Some people.
'Cause I was like, 30 degrees?
I know I was screwing with you. I live in a place where it's Celsius. No, it's funny, you know. When I was a teenager, they changed from Fahrenheit to Celsius here in Canada. So,
Were they Fahrenheit at one point? I didn't realize.
oh
that.
yeah, we were doing inches and gallons. Like we still do gallons and liters, but basically back at we were all
mixed between
imperial.
Which system they use?
No, actually, we were imperial
Oh, I
because
see.
the United States, we were doing a lot of trading with them,
Yeah.
our wood and whatnot, so it all had to be imperial. But we were also doing trades with the European countries. But because Canada's under the European, whatever they call it,
It was a dominion of the UK previously. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't know anything about geopolitics.
well, I sort of keep up with it because, well, that and everything else. But yeah, but yeah, and then it's funny because where I live, right across the river is Quebec, which is French. And
Yep.
you would think that because I've been living here all my life, I'd be, I comprends the français, but I only understand that un bit, But I do have another second language, and that is I'm both fluent in the King's version of what do they call it, the metric, and the other one, imperial.
Metric and imperial,
Yeah.
aka for some reason also called standard, depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's standard. Yeah,
I seriously don't get why it's called standard when
it's not.
most
It's not.
countries use metric now.
Well, no, the metric has been around forever. It's just that for some
Well, I know,
reason
it's been
over
around
North,
it's been around forever, yeah,
but for some reason the Americans and the North America, Canada and United States. Well, Canada followed the United States. The United States went to it for some reason, and it had something to do with the
the United
boom.
States have been using the imperial system since its inception, to my knowledge.
Yeah, well, of course, yes, because it was
It
incepted.
was the standard back in the day.
But before that, I'm not positive, but there's a possibility that they were using metric before that too. But they wanted their own standard, so they did their own thing. Free country. Now, which one's the easier one to use? Well, that depends. If you were born with the inches and that, you're definitely going to be more used to that than the metric system. But the metric system can also be.
So the metric system was created in 1799 in France.
I forget they were using before that. They could have been using the
It
king.
was imperial at that time.
Yeah.
Before then.
So, okay, so it was the French that said, yeah, there was Who
French
knows?
created the metric system in 1799.
Yeah. The question is why is that? Is it because it's an easier way to? I think it was meant to be easier to.
What's your question? Is it are people still using the imperial system, or why did they create the metric system?
No, that's not the question there. If you're
I don't know which question.
if you're looking for the answer as to why Canada went to the metric system after being on imperial, it's because the rest of the world follows the metric system. Once they got it into
that's what I
global
thought.
trading, it was easier to go with the metric system than it was to deal with the bullshit imperial system that only 3 countries use.
But you know what's funny? You can still get both systems here in Canada.
Yeah,
You
because
look at
Canada
the tape
uses the
measures.
Canada uses the imperial system to a limited capacity.
Yeah.
And in some regions, the imperial system actually makes sense. In some regions,
Yes, but not in all.
not in all.
Yeah.
And to the same
You try-
extent, metric doesn't make sense in some capacities.
Exactly. You know, that's why I like being bilingual in it because, you know, it's funny. I go to the hardware store to get screws, but the first thing you need to know is it a metric screw or is it an imperial screw?
That's when it gets really annoying.
Oh, frig yeah! And you look down at the board and there's like 100 different screws. It's like okay. Yeah, sometimes it's good to have the variety, eh? Keeps you on your
Yeah,
toes.
it's nice to have variety, except when you realize that some sizes in metric are pretty much the exact same as imperial, but imperial works better in some places, and it's weird. It makes no sense sometimes.
Yeah.
The point that I always find imperial and metric both work is temperature, because one is in regards to the temperature of water, and one is in regards to how temperature feels to a human. So
That's got to be the Fahrenheit. That's the Fahrenheit one.
Fahrenheit's the one that makes sense. That is in regards to the temperature of a human.
Yes.
Celsius is the temperature of water.
Water. Yep.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's funny. And you know, it's funny that he says that because if you go onto the weather network here in Canada and you look under the Celsius, and you look where they actually tell you the temperature of the day, and you go, boy, they also say feels like right beside it. So it may be
They do
25
that in
degrees.
America too.
They do that in the U.S.
Okay,
and
okay.
It's
Yeah,
more or
that's-
less because wind causes temperatures to feel different than they actually are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That and a few other things. Humidity.
Yeah, humidity, winds, among many other things.
It's funny because where I live here, we live in the valley, and when weather comes through here, if it doesn't come through the valley, it goes around it. But depending on how severe that weather can be, we get tornadoes here. You know, it's funny. Like we have a joke in the city, like we get 2 seasons, eh? Winter and destruction.
There's
Even
winter and
though
summer.
even though we do get 4 seasons, well, spring gets for some reason the last 10, 15 years, springs have been very short here. It just goes from, we thawed you out, now you can cook. You know what I mean? And then fall, for some reason, it stretches out. We used to get snow like as soon as Halloween was over, but 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, poof, you it's the wild stuff, brother.
Where
These
I am, it's either boiling hot or freezing cold. There's pretty much no in between most of the year.
Are you fueling them up or?
And it
Nah,
doesn't
I'm
even snow.
moving things around.
There's like no variety to weather here.
Well, I mean, we do get our 4 seasons here. Spring, winter. What's funny is like the last 20 years, our weather's been very strange compared to when I was young. We haven't had the 6 foot snowbanks that we used to get, if not, depending on the year, bigger. Um, we do get the odd, nasty snowstorm, but doesn't dump like it used to. Like we used to get anywhere up to 30 inches of snow, in a one day out. Don't see that anymore. Then, and the other thing that's weird is I noticed that I've had another Christmas where there was no snow, and it's only happened when I was a child. That never happened. Like you were already buried in snow. These days, yeah, it's not happening. So yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's weather manipulation or where we are in our universe, people don't realize just because our solar system changes, so does the system change with where we are in the band in this
There are
universe.
numerous factors to the reason why
Yeah.
it probably doesn't snow where you are anymore. At least not as much.
We used to be one of the coldest cities in the planet. Actually, we were the fourth coldest city in the planet. I don't think we're that anymore, or at least as of late. Like I used to see anywhere up to 60 minus with the winds in the wintertime. Like we have a canal here we used to freeze every year. So people would skate on it. Like this thing's 10 miles long. If you go from the pavilion and around over to the locks at the lake there, but I don't think they even opened it up this year because of the temperature, which is sad because that's where we have what we call the Winterloo. Absolutely a blast for the family. Get your beaver tails, which you guys call down there. I think they call it an elephant ear. Hot cocoa. That's a nice looking engine, eh?
What, number 8?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good looking engine.
Ooh.
I like the looks of that one.
It's a GT or G25 mogul.
Zamogo.
Oh, it's the bigger mogul.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a horse.
It is. Definitely does what you need it to.
Oh heck yeah. Heck, we worked the crap out of me. Question. Although that's the tender for this one, can you not switch tenders around?
Yeah, we have a mod that can do that, but you have to order the tenders in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
the
you can't do
order
it in the
with
game.
Tender, and it's all. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. When you buy them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So okay, I didn't know that. Now, mind you, you're saying that has to be a mod to do that, or can you actually do that in the game?
It's got to be a mod.
It's a mod.
Too bad. Would have been nice
Yeah.
if that was in the game.
Well, we have the mod. We use it.
Yeah, I know, but it as a non-modded game, you wouldn't have that because that, like you said,
Well,
mod.
Yeah.
There are a handful of mods that I feel like a lot of people would get because they're either quality of life or just very useful.
Yeah. Oh no. Trust me, so many games are like that. It's almost possible to find games that are not modded now. That you can mod.
There are a lot of mods for a lot of games that I cannot play the game without. Fallout 4 being a good example. It's pretty much impossible to play the game without the unofficial patch.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like when I first started playing Minecraft, unmodded Minecraft. Played it for years. So why aren't you playing the modded? Because I'm a vanilla man. But then they all talked me into trying it, so I did. Guess what? I never went back.
Yeah.
There was so much modding; it was absolutely nuts. The one server I was running with friends there for about 4.5 years. We hit such a huge area of builds; it was ridiculous. I built the track on there. It took
Oh, come on. Hey, really quick, look over at where you just picked those cars up from.
Oh, really?
Not Unix. I'm talking about. Hold on, let me get back to Discord. Dragon.
I'm looking with Nick's.
Oh yeah, Dragon's not in the game. What are you on about?
Oh, wait.
No,
who's
just in
talking?
case I lose. The only reason I haven't gone on is because
Oh,
if that storm
who's
knocks out the
operating in the
electricity.
Marine then?
That's me.
Yeah,
Oh,
like I said, I've
I'm
been
not paying
watching
much
him.
attention. Sorry.
Yeah,
Not me.
don't worry about the one car that's in there. I only moved the 3 cars to get that one that's not spotted in there yet, which I completely forgot about. Pain.
Pure pain. Yeah, I feel that.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna tie this down then, and just go back in there.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't gone into the game is because the thunderstorms that run through here every now and then, the
Oh,
electricity
occasional to
pops off.
knock out the power.
Yeah,
Fair
they,
enough.
they're trying to upgrade. I mean, this is an old city, man. Hello.
Hello.
Ah, it's
Yeah,
Stickman.
Stigma.
How are you lot?
All right.
That's good. That's good.
How's life over there?
Oh, got a new PC and new mic.
How did you?
Yeah, you sound
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're on the public toilet setting anymore.
Yeah. He's in the public toilet.
Uh, but yeah, I got a new PC a few days ago.
Hey,
Mm.
congrats.
Yeah, my old one finally gave up the ghost.
Hey, so does Railroads Online play with more than 10 FPS now?
I don't know. I haven't tried yet.
Highly doubt it.
All I can say is 3060.
36.
question.
Oh, you got a
I'm
3060 in
still
it.
A huge jump from mine. Mine's like a. I didn't even check. I don't even remember what mine is.
Okay, I got a quick question for you guys. Your first hard drive, your C drive, is it a chip? Is it a card? Or is it a drive?
I believe mine's a drive.
Okay,
I actually have a mix of SSDs and
I think
disk drives.
my one computer, it's just a single SSD card, and then the other one, it's a 1 terabyte SSD for the C and a 4 terabyte HHC.
Surprise. I've got mine set up as I got a chip down there that actually sits as a drive. That's my C. I've got 2 hard drives for my D and E and my. Sorry, that might be the other way around. I also have a what do you call it? The SSD card, or what do they call them?
SSD. You're right.
Yeah, the solid state one.
Yeah, that's an SSD.
So basically, I got all 3 in mine. But you know what? I wish I had it done. There was a board I should have gotten would allow 2 of those chip cards to go on, so that you could, if you ever had to upgrade your one to upgrade your card, you use the second one to just flip it over. Otherwise, you gotta go to the shop and have them do it.
I'm pretty sure somewhere I have a 500 gigabyte, or like, I don't even a 500. I think it was a 250 gigabyte SSD that we used. That I think we're probably gonna end up using just as a boot or like a backup for when we need to upgrade PCs.
Mm.
Because it has an old Windows installation on it. That's
Oh,
all.
how old?
That's the only thing on it. Well, considering I was in my computer until I replaced my hard drives, which was not that long ago, within the last year, it's not bad.
Oh yeah, so it was so it wasn't really that old. I've got
Not
actually
that old, but it's slightly older.
I got hard drives here that still have the I got the AP. How did it go? It went from um
Where's
C
Sheridan when
plus.
you need him? When you're talking about technology.
Yeah, I know. Because like okay, first it was C plus, then it was there was like a whole bunch of A1s or whatever they call. I forget really. I know. I've got probably a hard drives for every Windows program and or C prompt programs since they were around. The only thing I don't have is a pet computer. I got the Commodore C64s and the Commodores. I don't have. I have one Amiga. Got an Amiga 500. But now, if you want to go into, then I went and I checked out the Macs when they first came out and stuff like that. They were cool and all that. Then IBM came out and it's like, screw you, I'm going to IBM because they were doing C plus back then, you know. And boy, the games looked great on that, or at least for the time.
I was about to say IBM. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's what they were running back in the days, man. They were
Yeah, that
using
is what they were
IBMs
running
for
back in
running.
the day. Apple II and IBM.
Yeah, but Apple sucked. To be quite honest with you.
Apple's always sucked.
Yeah.
They were barely decent in the 80s.
But no, they did but they did have their uses too for those who wanted simplicity, because that's
To
what
me,
those were.
Apple only makes sense, especially in the modern market. It only makes sense for office use, and even then, it doesn't make much sense.
No, it outdated that, man. IBM and all these other companies, yeah, blew that away. No. Heck, I know back in the days when my dad was working for the government here, one of the buildings they had that he worked in actually did the mapping for our country. And you should have seen, like, you guys all know what what they call them, the disk drives are, right? Where, you know, you put your memory on the disk drive. Well, back then, those disks were about 2 feet wide. And they were, you know, about maybe... anywhere between, I think it was about 1/8 of an inch thick, but they would stack these things. Absolutely crazy, man. It's cool as hell, though. And then I watched that go into, like, you know those little flash cards you got now. You can just stick in, you know,
Flash
put memory
drives.
up. Yeah. Just 1 gigabyte flash drive has more memory in there than a room back at 20 years ago. 30 years ago.
I want to try 40 years ago at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. I keep forgetting I'm getting old. It just feels like it was yesterday. Yeah, buddy, but it was like...
So, I have a fun little piece of tech. Does anybody mind me sending this in Yard Talk? Just an image of this?
Of what?
So, it's a fun little piece of tech that I got recently.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me pull the image. So I've always been pretty interested in like retro tech and stuff. I mean, I have a freaking Polaroid, so yeah. But I was recently given a fun little thing, and if I can find
Thing.
where should I send this?
Just your talk,
Exactly.
I guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I got about 4 of those sitting in a box back in my bedroom.
Yeah, well, around here nobody's got them anymore.
No, they're almost impossible to find. I'm trying to find those for parts.
So the one that I got doesn't have a power cable.
It
It's such
uses
a
the
weird
battery.
voltage, I can't just grab one.
No,
I
no,
don't have
that.
a battery either.
Okay, there is a voltage connection to that. I'll guarantee it. There always is.
Yeah, there is, but it's such a weird voltage. I can't.
What was it,
just grab an adapter.
7.5 or something like that?
It's 9.6. I use a 9
Oh,
volt
okay.
adapter on it. I can eject the tape. If I put in a new one, it just turns off because it's trying to draw more power than it can.
Does RCA still hang? If they still
RCA doesn't even make that crap anymore.
no, but if you look for the dealers and stuff like that,
I
and
can't
or
find any dealers for it anymore.
no, you look for dealers who sell cameras, okay? Especially video cameras and stuff like that. You have to talk to those who are have been around for a long time. They
Fair
still,
enough.
that's how you find stuff like that. You basically got to ask them.
eBay. I've looked at eBay and I found one that's like $30.
Yeah, they go cheap. Yeah, I
30
was gonna
bucks is
say,
not bad.
30
Not
bucks
at all.
ain't bad because it's in an entire camera. I don't know if it works, but hey, parts at least.
that's a big one too.
At the very least, a parts camera. But it does come with a power adapter and batteries. I'd probably end up using the power
And
adapter
that one
more
should
than the
be
batteries.
lens changeable too.
I don't believe it is.
Yeah, they should. If you look at them, if there's a what do you call it? I'm almost positive you should be able to change that lens on those. Then again, it depends on what make the model of it too.
It's a
Sometimes
CC310
yeah,
from 1988.
hard to say.
All the photos I've seen of it have the same exact lens, so as far as I can tell, no, it's not changeable.
And that by the way, folks, and that was considered a compact.
That was considered compact in '88.
Yeah. But they believe it or not.
I mean, it is smaller than a TV camera was. So,
yeah,
hey.
yeah, but the nice thing about those were, and people are gonna laugh at me with this, but they were, although they were heavier and bulkier, they made it so much smoother in handling. Because a little one, all you gotta do is move a slight little bit, and you make a big wick. That one it made it harder to move quick, so you didn't get that, the what do you call that, blur shift as you swing across. That's what I liked about them. They also had very
Oh, what the fuck?
depending on the camera, the picture quality wasn't bad either.
So, a fun thing that I found, quote unquote, fun, when I first, because I had to buy a universal power adapter for this because I couldn't find a 9.6 volt input. But so I bought the power adapter, plugged it in, was able to turn it on, it booted up just fine, but it wouldn't load the tape.
Krieg, are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
And the reason it doesn't load the tape is because the moment it activates the motors to wrap the tape around the playhead, it dies because it's drawing more power than it can. Because it's missing that 0.6 volt. I feel like a 10 volt power adapter would work for it, but
It might burn it out.
That might burn it out, and I'm not going to risk it with something like this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Also, you might want to check. I know this might sound funny, but check if you have them in your area. There's a name for them, like a swap meet or whatever they call it.
We got thrift stores. We got
like not quite like a farmer's market, but similar to
I know
that.
what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you never know, or even better, depending if you're in a big city or not, that does it or not. People who sell their stuff out of their houses to get rid of them.
Yard sale.
Garage sales.
Garage sales, yard sales.
Boot sales if you're in the UK.
I've never heard it called a boot sale, but I am.
Talk to somebody that's British.
So, so someone summoned. I am from the UK.
Oh.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, then he would know.
Nix, you mean a car boot sale?
Yeah.
Funny enough, I went to one during the weekend. I didn't know what I picked up.
Was it your
a
new
pressure
computer?
gauge? No.
I used to have a pressure gauge from an old air compressor.
My pressure gauge is for steam.
And just
Oh,
for
that's
those who
fun.
just for those who don't know what a boot is, that's your trunk of your car.
Yeah.
For
I
us
have a-
North Americans.
I have a blowtorch sitting on a shelf from the 1930s.
Wow.
Just
But-
casually sitting there.
It hasn't got a melted tip on it yet?
No.
That's a good. That was then it was made
the,
well
the
then.
the headpiece is cast iron.
That's when they were making good ones.
That's when they made good ones.
Yeah.
Except it's like, it's, a kerosene torch.
Yeah.
But essentially, car boot sale is people who have a load of shit to sell, right, that they don't want.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can find a bargain for like a really cheap price, and sometimes it's a fucking rip off. So
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the buyer's discretion.
yes,
Know your
so-
shit before you go out there and buy, and also always double check what you're buying, and making sure that people are not trying to take you for a ride. But if you do it
So-
right, you get good. You can find some seriously good buys out
so
there.
You can.
I also bought a pocket knife and a 50 cal bullet turned into a lighter, as well. But the guy I bought the pocket knife from, it's like he sold someone like an air gun, like air pistol, and told the guy it had worked, and the guy gone bought all this shit for it, and apparently it didn't shoot the pellets.
Mm.
So they were having a basically full blown fucking argument there and there.
Yikes.
Question was was it using CO2 or was
CO2.
yeah? Did he put the right pellets in it?
I don't know. All I heard was, oh, it doesn't shoot the pellets and all that.
Because if it's using pellets, it should depending on if it's like a hand pistol or if it was a rifle. Rifles they usually shoot them one at a time. In the handgun, they have up to 10, I think it is in them. I know I have one. I actually have both. And it also depends on the size. You can't use a 177 and a 22. There's a big difference on the 22.
Yeah.
So
But-
if you not only that, but if he's using BBs as but you said pellets, so it's depending on the size of the pellet you're trying to put in the damn thing.
I mean, another problem with like these CO2 air pellet guns is most of the time the seals go in them, which
Yeah, the seals blow out sometimes.
it's like it'll make the the bang, but it won't
Little
actually
fire.
shoot. Yeah.
I've never had
That-
that problem, but I'll keep my eyes open on that one.
I've
Yeah.
seen that
Now,
a
is
couple times, but not.
is that in the rifle or in the handgun?
Handgun.
Okay, keep my eyes open for that. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah,
My
because
rifle never had a problem, but then it's a crank and it's a one shot.
yeah, the break actions as we call them over here.
The one thing I
they-
don't use is the 22. I use the 177. More accurate.
Most time over here, what usually fails on the brake actions is the piston seal. Usually
Yeah.
How
that
did we
goes.
get to talking about pellet guns?
I don't know.
Well,
Sounded-
Well,
I've just been
well-
over here quietly railroading.
I
I'm
can
watching-
explain.
I've just been listening this entire time as well.
I'm watching Nick here do his thing with the engines and stuff at the same time.
Meanwhile, fucking Krieg's over here being a clown.
Yeah, have a
I
watch.
don't know what
that
I need.
too.
I had no idea what had actually happened. I mean, I know what happened, but I didn't know you were coming. I had just backed out to do my switching move, and it threw the switch against you, which is why you got the red board at that second, which is actually hilariously convenient. I didn't do it on purpose, but once I heard you go, what the fuck, I looked at the map and realized you were at the red board just ahead of me. I'm like, oh, I know what happened. That's funny. I think it's great.
Har.
And I got a front
I
row
think it
seat
is
to it
hard.
too. Yeah, that's the nice thing about having multi screens. You can do shit like that.
Finally pulling out these cars that have been sitting in the shed at Whittier for service, that they're empty and they're ready to go back to interchange.
Have you oiled the cars?
No, but it sounds
Oh,
like you
right,
just
that's the thing.
volunteered yourself as tribute.
There you go.
Go oil
Nice.
every
I'm
single
up
car.
the job now.
Oh god. I'll
Shouldn't have
do
spoke.
it since I got nothing to do right now.
By the way, there's one slight issue with you saying that to me, Nix. I don't have Railroad installed yet.
Uh-oh.
Well, then you're poor.
No, I own it. It's just,
He hasn't
as I said, new
loaded it.
PC. New
All these cars
PC.
are oiled.
Oh,
Well, now
But
you,
what
got a,
percent-
Never mind, I see.
now you got a reason to break that computer in. Load it up. That's a
what's
good.
fun? So, the 3060 I have, it's got 12 gigabytes of RAM on it.
Oh, that's good.
That's it.
What do you mean that's it? That's good for a graphics card.
Oh, sorry.
12 gigs of VRAM is good. If
I
you're
know,
talking
I
about
was
12 gigs of
12
RAM,
gigs of
that's a
normal
different
RAM
story.
Is
Yeah, I was just
like
going to say.
nothing. Your computer's gonna eat through 12 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I was
In
gonna
terms
say,
of
It better
in
be on
terms
the
of
video
normal,
card.
in terms of normal RAM on this computer, it's got DDR4.
In terms of RAM, we have no RAM.
DDR4, but DDR4 what?
32 gigabytes of DDR4, 3600 megahertz Corsair SR Vengeance gaming
That
RAM.
sounds like he's got what I got. I like Corsair. What do you call it?
Corsair.
Yeah, Corsair. That's it. I think I've been buying their cards for years now.
Corsair's
work.
pretty okay.
Yeah, I think. No, knock on wood. I don't think I've blown any yet, but
Blown any what?
those particular cards,
Oh.
the RAM.
You know, actually, I've seen what happens when you kill a stick of RAM.
Yeah, it does everything else at the same time, bitches. That's why.
So the way that I tested a stick of RAM once, and this is because it blew out on someone else's computer, because I was thinking about upgrading my RAM, and they were upgrading their computer because they saw some technical issue. So I stuck the sticks of RAM in my computer, booted it up, and it just turned off the moment I launched anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't have, depending on how, it wouldn't have recognized it.
It recognized it, it booted up, loaded a couple things, and then shut down immediately because it couldn't use the RAM.
Yeah, because it goes to the.
Because it went through the one stick that was working, and then nothing else.
Well, what had happened was the board goes through a sequence of checks, and it saw that you had a blown RAM in there, and it shut right down,
Yeah.
just like that.
Problem is, we couldn't diagnose the issue on the original computer until we had already bought a new graphics card for it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I now have a 1070 in my computer compared to the 480 that I had.
I always have two computers. I have one as a backup. If things go, I can at least go back to that one. Now, that said that, I got to upgrade that 4-core to an 8-core. That's the only thing I have to do to that computer.
I mean, mine's an 8-core Intel i7.
Oh, I don't use Intel.
Me and I bought this
Overrated.
PC
You're
brand
talking
new.
about a CPU, right?
Yeah, CPU.
Yeah.
Mine's a... I don't know how many cores it has. It's a Ryzen 5.
I love Verizon. I mean, if I'm using it for any other reason, then maybe like for I'm not even sure. I use the gaming cards because the graphics, that and the speed of and then you get the right motherboard. You also have the right speed connections too. Well, that also depends on your provider.
So, my CPU is equivalent to a Ryzen 7 100X.
Alright, just because you all got me curious, I'm gonna look at what my computer has.
Yeah, but
Well,
what
I'm-
the
Currently has a Ryzen 7 sticker on it. Because the person who installed my CPU had that sticker and decided, I'm just gonna put this on it instead.
So
Big
I
Ryzen
have
7.
8-core Intel i7 10700 CPU at 2.9 gigahertz. 16 gigs of RAM. I think DDR4. I'm trying to look here.
I think my i7 is slightly better than yours.
Well, I'm also working with a NVIDIA RTX 3080 with 8 gigabytes of RAM on it, and that's on the that's on the gaming PC that I am playing Railroader on.
Right now, I have an AMD Ryzen 5 3600. What else am I using here? Got my 32 gigs of RAM. MicroStar International motherboard. It's the Pro Max one that they had. And then what else I got going here? Oh yeah, I got the Radeon, what do they call it? The RX 6650 TX. That's my graphics card. Absolutely a blast, folks.
All right. On my streaming PC, I have a 10-core Intel i9 10900K CPU at 3.7 gigahertz,
Nice.
64 gigs of RAM at DDR4, and a NVIDIA RTX 3090
Ooh,
with
nice.
24 gigs of RAM. Hold on.
I was just gonna say, is that the Titan or not?
It says 56 gigs of RAM. I don't think that's possible. No, 24.
No. I think that's the Titan.
Yeah, it's a nice card.
That's what I got. A 3090 Titan.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I'm gonna do for, like, my backup was actually the one that. It's funny, the way you said it, you use your second one to run your stream, right?
Well, the stronger computer I consider my primary, but yeah, there's one computer that's running my stream and all the things that are included in with streaming. And then there's the other computer that is just dedicated to gaming.
No, okay, the streaming computer, is that the one also you game with when you do stream?
Is it something that I can game with while streaming? Yeah, I mean it's
So
strong
you
enough to
actually
do that.
separate. Okay, so if I get this right, you run both of them at the same time when you're streaming because you game on one, which the other one covers the gaming.
Right. So there's the broadcast machine and then the gaming machine.
Yeah,
The gaming machine is just a normal computer dedicated just to game.
Roger.
The broadcast machine takes the outputs from the gaming PC in terms of video and audio, and then inputs them into that computer and broadcasts it out. Now, where things get interesting is I've hooked up at least 2 dedicated microphones and headphones. I've got 2 Go XLRs in the system. I've got an entire audio backboard and an entire video backboard, or backbones rather, that are insanely just obnoxiously complex.
Yeah. Having 2 Go XRs, that means you got one for each computer.
Yes.
Okay.
For some reason I thought there was possible to have both plugged into one PC, but apparently that was not
Doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
I think
no,
there
I
was a
thought about
mod
it
that did allow it to happen, but it never worked for me.
Yeah, that's possible too.
At some point, when I go and move my setup again, I will probably do. I've been meaning to do it actually for a long time. I'll probably do a video that breaks down quite literally every single element of my setup and how it works, just for people that are curious. And every year, though, I tend to upgrade it, and it's gotten pretty insane the last couple of years. I might just have
mean-
to install a dedicated O gauge track to my setup as well. Actually, I've already thought about that, but that's a few years down the line. Pun intended. Yeah. All right. What
Okay, well,
is?
I hate to say it, folks, but I'm gonna have to take off. It's getting my computer's looking a little bit too toasty for what it's doing right now. So
Terrible.
yeah, I'm gonna have to take off.
Well, have a good one, Dragon.
Yeah, gotta go turn the air conditioner back on. Hopefully it'll cool this place down. It looks like the storm moved out, so that's a good thing. Oh, hopefully it'll be up and cool down here in a couple hours again, so I can get back on. But yeah, I don't want to fry up my computer. Can't afford it. So on that note, folks, y'all be safe out there, and keep me informed if you want to whack some GTA 2 there, whatever we're playing.
Yeah, we'll do that at some point.
Yeah.
I
Because that used to be a
know.
blast.
I know Clips has been busy preparing for a convention, so she hasn't been on. And we've been doing other things as well.
Yeah, no, I know that. You know.
So yeah, I haven't even talked to Sheridan in a little bit too, so I have to catch up with him.
Is he working?
Oh no, Sheridan's been retired for 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I say. You know? Yeah.
It may not have been 20 years, probably at least a good 10 or 15.
Yeah.
Due to personal issues.
Yes. Okay, well, if you get a hold of him, let me, tell me so. Say hello.
Yeah.
I'll try and get a hold of him too if I can. See what's up. Like I said, I've been in and out trying to get my place set up for my thing, which I found. Oh, just a really short one. I was trying to reset my place up for my studio and that. Got the wood, got the shelves done. Then I realized I have to go buy another piece of wood and make another shelf because the bottom one is not sturdy enough to hold the rest. So I gotta pull it down and rebuild
That's
it.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but once it's final, it'll be sturdy and it looks half decent. But it has to be done, and I can't do that until the end of the month when I can afford to buy some more wood.
I'll ship you some wood over.
I've got a whole barn full of wood. What wood do you want? We got a whole shit ton of beech wood actually for the business.
Beechwood.
Beech
Oh,
wood.
now, you talking firewood or you talking
beech, as
wood?
in BEECH, beech. It's a type of wood.
Yeah, I know.
That's
how they make plywood out of.
Plywood's a mix of different woods.
Yeah, the ones we get up here is it's spruce that we get. The spruce.
Plywood, to my knowledge, is basically wood pulp made into sheets layered on
Yeah.
top of each other.
No, it's actually
At least what we get here is that.
Okay. Oh, that's what we call particle board.
I know over here we've got something known as chipboard.
Yeah, same thing. Chipboard, particle board. It's basically chips from pulp.
Yeah, it's.
They chip it, and then they use a solution that they put it in, and then
Yeah, but that's not plywood.
Together.
No, plywood's actually made from wood.
At least to me, to my knowledge.
If I'm right, it's done almost like how they do vellum, but it's thicker. They basically carve the actual, like they'll smooth it out so it's straight enough. Then they how do you say it? Peel it basically down to a core, and then yeah, it's pretty cool how they make this stuff. And I use right now, what am I using? I'm using three-quarter plywood is what I'm using. I like a good thick plywood when I'm building shelves and stuff. Anyhow, I'm gonna get out here before I fry my system up. So
Yeah, enjoy your evening.
Yeah, you guys all have a good one. Be safe, and the Dragon Indoor, aka Circus Skringle, is out of here.
Alright, I've got 500 passing, 9 and 10.
What?
I want to set 9 and 10 up for transfer reserve.
Can't wait to get my lathe out my room.
You have a lathe in your room?
I've told you about this before.
Like a wood lathe?
Metalworking
A metal lathe in a bedroom.
in my bedroom.
Is your bedroom
What
on the
the
first
heck?
floor?
No. It's
Now that-
upstairs.
What?
How the heck?
You don't ha-
Shall I tell you the story?
Well, no, hold on. Send me a picture of the lathe because they're usually pretty fucking big and heavy.
Mine's a bench lathe.
So it's fucking tiny.
Not exactly.
Alright, I need a picture.
Okay, I shall get you a picture. Right. If I can find a picture of it.
You can't
should be
just
able
turn
to.
around and take one.
It's what, like... What time is it for you?
It's 7:57 p.m. for me.
So it's nearly 1 in the morning for me.
Okay.
Yes.
And
There we go. I've got an image. I shall chuck it in your talk. If Discord doesn't take a billion years.
also, hello, opium extract. Sorry for not saying hi to you guys earlier.
There you go.
Okay. All right. That's
Okay, that actually makes sense.
that actually looks more like a woodworking lathe than it does a metal one. But hold on, I gotta take a better look at it.
In the end, I believe the main difference between a woodworking lathe and a metal one is the bits used. Right?
No.
There's quite a few things different, such as the chuck, how he actually.
Okay. All right. You know what? Looking at it, yes, it is a metal lathe. Where the fuck is the motor on it?
So you see where
It
that
looks
big
belt-driven.
it is belt driven.
Oh, is it behind a box?
It's behind the thing.
Okay, I see it.
So you see that
I assume it's
guard.
that, like, aluminum guard on it, right?
Yeah.
Not
All right.
But yeah, that metal guard on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably
That's
so
a
that
nice
if the
little.
motor,
Still
so
gotta
that if
weigh a
something
ton though,
happens,
because
nothing's gonna...
those parts are cast steel or cast iron, aren't they?
Yeah, they
The
look
body?
cast.
They're cast.
Ugh.
And
Yeah, it looks pretty hefty.
so try and guess the age of this lathe.
I would say at least 50s.
No.
So about 70 at least.
Mm.
Or not at least, but
Older.
I was gonna ballpark like 1910, 1920 somewhere.
You're in the ballpark, Dix.
30s maybe.
Lower.
Okay.
It's old. Early 1900.
1917.
Oh, okay. So
Ooh.
I was pretty spot on then.
Mm. To be precise, she is a Pratt & Whitney Co. number 3 precision bench lathe. And she is American, and the company that built her is still about.
Wait, what?
No Pratt & Whitney who makes aircraft engines.
Oh!
Same Pratt & Whitney.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of companies that make aircraft parts used to make just industrial equipment back in the day.
Yeah. And I bought it a few years ago off eBay. The auction
How
site
well
we
does it
all
work?
quite well actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Lathes they do hold up over time.
Lathes definitely hold up over time compared to a lot of other equipment, but
Casually looked at the Chinese lathes, which don't last.
Oh yeah, no, those don't. But that's just they're built cheap.
But speaking of lathes, I got a fun story to tell about this morning at work. One of our more recent hires that's been with us for 2 or 3 months, around then. Yeah, actually, maybe a little bit longer. I don't remember exactly when. Maybe somewhere between 2 and 4 months. Let's just say that. So, relatively new guy. He was thrown over into the machine shop, and he's from the fabrication department where I'm from. But he was thrown into the machine shop because the fabrication department doesn't have enough work going around. So they decided to throw him on a Mazak Interux? Something weird. Some sort of CNC lathe machine, like an old one.
Yeah.
The guy is trying to machine a piece of tubing, or pipe, if you will. White PVC pipe that's, I would say, a foot wide. Type deal.
No.
Maybe not a foot. Okay, yeah,
Doesn't
about a
PVC
foot.
tend to shatter?
Huh?
Doesn't PVC tend to shatter?
It can depending on the type of PVC.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But anyway, he was apparently working at this station, and he had done about a day there before doing this, at least. But this morning, apparently, and I've heard this story secondhand because I didn't get to witness it, unfortunately. But this morning, apparently, he hurt himself on the lathe, on the machine. And he runs over to the kid that's in charge of the machine department, recently made in charge of the machine department, holding his hand. And he shows this manager his hand, and the manager goes, where's the other end of your finger? And the kid says it's still in the machine.
Mmm. Mmm.
I can only guess what happened.
I don't know the details. I wish I did to an extent.
I think I might
To
have
a
a
very
rough
certain
idea.
extent, I wish I did as well, but
As
there's
far as
very
I could
many
put
extents that I
together,
don't.
he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing, obviously. And I guess his hand or his finger got in a spot where it definitely shouldn't have been. But he got lucky that it was only just part of the tip of his finger rather than more than the tip of his finger, because unfortunately, I've seen gruesome photos of lathes grabbing people
Oh yeah, no, lathes can kill.
and ripping them from
Most equipment can.
the top of your skull down halfway back your spine in half. So yeah,
Oh. Yeah, no, lathes can kill.
lathes are very dangerous. You don't fuck around with them. But yeah, he went out of work at about 9 o'clock this morning, and he didn't come back at all that day. And the guy, it was a shit show all day because the normal floor manager wasn't there because he was on a house call doing a on-site repair. And then the site manager was there who had to deal with this issue. And then he ended up being not here for most of the day. So a lot of the people were kind of out of work to begin with. So there was a lot of very slow time killing throughout the day today.
Working at an auto parts store, for me, the most danger I'm really ever in is electrocution. And that's just off the car. That's just off the car.
I've nearly ripped an entire 220 cord out of the ceiling with a forklift, personally, and I was lucky not to get electrocuted. So, yeah, it's fun days, fun days.
I've got my own personal story with my lathe.
I've
So
on
don't
not
worry, it's not gruesome. It's not gruesome.
well. Before you get into that, I have one more side little comment of something that stupid I did because I was in a metal shop in high school, and
Oh,
I've
no.
left a chuck key in a lathe before and then turned the lathe on. That was a loud bang,
Mm.
and I was lucky that the damn thing did not hit me or anybody else.
Just
You got very lucky.
But go ahead.
So this was about a week or so after I got the lathe and had it set up. So in the picture, you can actually see the piece I was machining at time, practicing. And I chucked it up, and I was like, right, this is proper, it's not going anywhere. I ended up, what ended up happening was
Something went somewhere it didn't.
the piece slipped out the chuck,
Oh god.
and it went. So in the photo, you can see that light switch in the
Yeah.
top right corner. Mind
It
you,
hit the light switch.
Oh god.
it didn't hit the light switch, but
Okay.
It
bit
made a
of
sizable
context.
new wall decoration next to it.
But a bit of context, right? Where it was at the time, I could not shut my bedroom door because of the length of the thing.
Oh, jeez.
So,
I can see the door jam.
so the piece goes flying out the chuck, through the door, down the stairs, and I find it at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm just like, how the fuck did you get down there? Like, I'd understand if it was like at the top of the stairs, but all the way down. Mind you, there's a 90-degree corner as well.
Wait,
So-
what? So it managed to make a 90-degree curve.
Yep.
That's some sizable
Well,
force.
well, technically, it did 2 90-degree curves.
Well,
because
wait. Was it a piece of aluminum?
Steel.
Steel. You were machining steel.
Yep.
Yikes.
It went. So it technically did 2 90-degree curves because it went out my door, hit one of the other rooms' door frame, bounced, hit the 90 degrees, went down the stairs.
How much damage was caused by this?
Funny enough, very little somehow.
I was I
Yeah,
was gonna ask how many
expecting it to,
holes in
like,
the
go
wall
straight
were there.
straight through some drywall, but the way you're
We
describing it, it just like maybe
We
dinged up a
don't have
door.
drywall. We don't have drywall. We use bricks.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen. Well, not personally, but I've seen the damage that a 2x4 has done to a cinder block wall, being kicked back on a table saw.
Cinder blocks can be surprisingly weak. Like surprisingly.
Yeah.
Weak.
All right. Trying to figure out where we are with the railroad right now, and I feel like it is time to do some time skipping.
There are a lot of. Why are there so many air hoses on the FA?
So many what?
There's 8 additional air hoses on the FA, and that's not including the one that is actually used in game.
Oh, Krieg might know the answer to that one.
What's going on?
Why are there 8 air hoses on an F unit?
On an on an Alco FA?
Yeah.
Yeah, the back end has 8 air hoses, additional air hoses.
So is it a legitimate FA1?
Supposedly. Or it's an F7A.
That's nowhere near remotely the same thing as an FA1.
Yeah,
I
I realized that.
there are 8 hoses on the back of a locomotive because okay, so couple of them have to do with MU. One of them is a main reservoir line, but they're mirrored on either side, so you can hook up either side. You don't have to hook up both sides.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that part makes sense.
So you have, yeah, so you have actuating, equalizing, well, the other one's probably sand, when sand was air activated and not electric, and
Makes
then your
sense.
main res line. Not necessarily in that order. The
it
main res line's the
is-
closest to the break
It
line.
is like what, early 50s in this game, so
Yeah.
yeah, the air sand thing makes sense.
Oh, speaking of which, there's the F unit going by.
Well, chaps, I shall be off.
All right, you enjoy.
You too. Have a good one. La poof.
If you're gonna time skip, do it now because I'm up at Robertson Gap picking
Yeah,
up outbounds. Oh look, more cars for me to pick up.
well, I'm out here at
We got
Connolly
nowhere to
time
be, nothing to
skipping for
do.
wood filling.
Oh. Extreme tornado warning. What? Oh, dude. Basement. Step away from the computer. Be safe. Tornadoes are not to fuck with.
We've had quite a few near me recently too.
Yeah, we've had warnings out here, but a lot of them are usually on the other side of the mountain. We get the warning says, well, we're in the area, but they never come on this side.
Ah, the horn on the F unit is stuck on.
You know, I've had that happen.
I clicked and dragged it from the interior of the cab.
Oh,
And it just stuck on. And no matter what I did with the actual keybinds or anything, it wouldn't work. I had to, like, mess with it in first person.
that makes sense.
And I am bailing out of that cab. Because I got no reason to be on there. I got nothing to do and nowhere to be, so...
Hold on, we're gonna have some
I'm
work
just
here in a minute.
wandering.
What?
I'm still doing some minor time skipping.
Yeah.
Oi. What was that finance report? Wages. Money from the sawmills. Alright, it is... what time? 1 minute past midnight. Alright.
4,561 passenger fares.
You probably don't want to skip anymore, otherwise we're gonna have a hard time getting the interchange out in time.
Alright. That's fine by me.
I mean, everything's already pretty much gathered, but
Should we have
I
a
mean,
train come by and pick up the interchange stuff then?
I'm already working on that.
Also, should somebody take the rest of these interchange cars out of the sawmill line?
Yeah, if you want to jump on the sawmill cars,
So, like, number 8
I'm gonna
would
try
be
and...
that, I assume.
Yeah, you can use 8.
Okay.
I'll try and grab maybe 9 and 10 and grab whatever cars I can out of Bryson. Which I think there's... oh, there's only 2 out of Appalachian. And 1 for Standard Oil.
One thing I really like about the most recent update is the fact that you no longer have to zoom in a lot to click on handbrakes. You can now just use the radio menu, which is nice.
Yeah, radial menu.
Hover over an engine and press Z.
I didn't know that was the thing.
It's something they added in the most recent update. Or the most recent major update. Quote unquote major.
What was the
They added the oil
full
link.
acronym for Derp? Disillusioned egomaniac railway people.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
It's people or person, depending on the context, but yeah.
If it's single player, it'd be person. Multiplayer is people.
Derp.
Derp.
I gotta leave for work in a little over 2 hours. Sad.
Oh. Banana.
All right. Got a pretty big train coming down to Alarka Junction.
Oh, very nice. And then you can collect Alarka Junction, and then hopefully by then I'll have some decent cars set up for you, Bryson.
That'd be good.
I'd assume interchange train?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
also
already at
have
22.
I'll have 9 and 10 ready to assist as well.
Yeah, I'm already at 2,300 tons.
How did you italicize the text on this tender?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all's hot right now. Alright, I've got a standard oil car.
Okay, the lighting of the diesel's headlight actually looks kind of neat right now. Somebody left the headlamp on 1200.
Well.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat, but I just turned it off.
Krieg, give me a warning when you're coming down from Hemingway.
Okay.
Where are our passenger trains? One's coming east from Almond.
Should I stack up the consist for this, or should I just leave it in the layouts that it's already in?
You can stack it up. Just make it easy
Okay.
for
I mean, just so that
grab.
like, you could pass through, either have a switcher tack it onto the end of the train or whatever.
Yeah, whatever works.
Which line should I put that on then?
Whichever
would
one
say
you
the
have the
middle.
space for. Yeah.
I would say the one that's pretty much the second main,
Sure.
or I guess, yeah. I'm gonna tack that on there, and I think what would be best is just have you guys go straight through the main and
Crap.
pick up there. Also makes my job a little bit easier since whoever is doing switching there could just shove it onto the end.
Well, I might as well grab this now. That was not enough.
Why is my browser so quiet? There we go. That's better.
So my girlfriend has recently introduced me to a wonderful and interesting little app. Something called MacBid. If anybody's familiar with?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. The best way to describe it is a bidding website, I guess, kind of in the ballpark of eBay, except it's like returned items, and all the bidding starts at nothing. So you can get stuff that's been returned for like $1. You know, something that's been, the MSRP price is like $150 or $200 or something else like that.
Oh god.
So I've found a piece of Lionel Fast Track, one of the 30-inch pieces. And I'm currently winning an auction bid on it for $4. Which I didn't think
Nice.
I would win. But then I gotta go get it tomorrow or something. It's actually up in Butler, PA. Where is...
A name that everybody knows now.
Yeah, a location that I've recently been amazed how alarmingly close I was to.
Yeah.
but we don't need to get into
I wasn't about to.
Yeah. No, I know you weren't, but I just for everybody else. Oh, look, I've been outbidded because I've mentioned it. That's actually kind of good because I didn't want it really at this point. So you know what? That's perfect for me.
Something I've always liked doing in some games has been cinematic things. Like nice visuals and things like that. Some kind of thing I have found annoyance with a lot of games though is that a lot of games, especially railroad games, don't have a photographer or have a photo mode or like any kind of camera
Well,
mode.
I was gonna mention. I really hope COS.
I hope COS has like
something like
photo
that.
mode or something.
Even just content-wise, it'd be fucking amazing.
I mean, yeah. I make do with Railroaders, like, the way that Railroader works. Not the best, but it's better than RO was.
Well, RO didn't really have anything at all.
RO had nothing. The only reason I managed to get away with what I did for a couple of videos that I helped people with was just because there was a bug where you could remove the crosshair.
Oh, if you go,
If you like swapped into a menu and then swapped out really quickly, you could remove the crosshair.
Oh no,
Or
no,
it
there
if you went
was
into the
another
buy
way of doing it.
menu. If you went into the buy menu and you left it without buying anything, it would remove the crosshair, and that's how I got away with what I did.
So would actually going into the logging mode and then just right-clicking the exit, and it would disappear as well.
Hmm.
That was an old trick. I actually, not to dive into any sort of conversation on RO, but when I was community manager, I actually heavily asked Kiyomei to add a photo mode. And apparently, from what I could tell, they did, but only for the development branch.
Probably just for taking screenshots and stuff.
Yeah,
for,
just for Astra
for, like, the
John
Steam
to
page and
fucking
stuff.
abuse.
2,800 tons eastbound out of Alarka Junction.
Okay.
I'm currently doing some shenanigans with cinematics as we speak right now. Just have OBS running in the background, casually recording things. Nothing with voices or anything, just game audio.
This
That's
actually
always
sounds
fun.
really cool. This Burke lugging this train up out of the hole. Oh, oh.
I can't wait to play with the Virginias.
I can't wait to play with the 210-2 Camelback and do this kind of stuff. And when I finally get the ability, if ever, to do custom sounds, and I give it this really deep, throaty, like all the
Chuff.
power kind of chuff, yeah, just goes woof, woof as it barely crawls out of the hole.
Something I always do with the engines in this game is I always give them whistles based on their size.
Yeah.
Like, small engines, I tend to give hooters or 3 chimes because they sound they sound fitting for the size of the engine. Though very few hooters in this game sound good.
Also true.
Like,
I don't know.
There are some that sound decent, but they only sound decent to a certain pitch.
Fair.
And that also has to do with the fact that all the whistles in this game go to a higher pitch than they have ever been blown in real life. On videos, at least.
I got out of the way just in time for a 12 to come back to Alarka Junction. Ha! I'm good. That's only 33 cars, and it's 2,800 tons for the 33 cars, and that includes the engine. So technically, 31 revenue cars. All right, just check your switches because everything's lined for the main.
You know, I always found that having an ultra-wide monitor actually was a bad thing for videos. But as far as this goes, it's actually pretty good because I can scale up the game on OBS so that it doesn't show the UI, so I don't have to go into so I can operate things and still video or record, not video.
Yeah, that is a nice little advantage there to that.
I mean, if I'm trying to capture the UI, then yeah, no, it sucks. Because OBS is made for 1920 by 1080, not
No.
what my resolution is.
OBS can be whatever scale you put it to.
It just doesn't like it. I prefer 1920 by 1080 on recording, generally.
East of Hemingway Station.
Okay. I'm operating within Bryson.
Okay. I have the 210.2 I use for this kind of service, except I have the P43 tender on it. I like it. But I look forward to some of the other monsters that are coming. Because I don't mind slow freight, as long as they get to use the big power.
I love the big power.
So you
It's
want
like-
a triplex its max speed is 10 miles an hour.
Well, the Virginians is only going to be, or not the, yeah, the Virginians only going to be like 10 to 15. Just because of steam supply, I guess. Well, and just sheer size. Just wait till someone makes the 0880 Camelback, the Erie L1.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't wait for that.
I forgot how to do it, but Craig, would the Burke's tender name look different if it wasn't on top of one another? Look better. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a personal preference thing. I mean, I would, if I figured out how the heck you did that, that's probably how I would put Weatherly and Lehigh Valley on the tenders of the larger engines, but, I mean, I kind of like it, although you got it to italicize too, which I probably wouldn't do, but that looks pretty good to me. Oh, by the way, I saw something come up, and I forget what Discord it was. You guys know the curve outside Elo that's 30-mile-an-hour restriction?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
real life, that was a 5-mile-an-hour curve.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I'm like trying to quick fetch one more car out of Bryson.
You got time. I haven't even gotten to the wooden bridge yet. I'm almost there though. Did you do Appalachian yet?
Yeah, I got Appalachian.
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting one car that's kind of in that awkward spot by the fueling towers and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, Nascu just disconnected.
Alright, let me...
There are a lot of settings you need to manage when trying to record things, though. That's especially sound.
Yeah, I've had that all sorted out on my
Too
system.
too many times have I tried to record sound and then
Not record it.
no, well, actually, yes, that has been a problem I've had before.
I was
'Cause
gonna
I'm an
say,
idiot,
usually
but
that's the common problem.
the common problem that I have is that my mic audio tends to be much louder than it should be. And that doesn't help the fact that I basically shout into my mic.
Ooh, what's this? Someone selling a pair of MTHO scale Pennsylvania centipedes. AA set.
Mm.
For like $650. I do want a pair of centipedes to own. But the minimum operating curve for them is 0.72.
Oh.
And that's what, a 6-foot curve? Or 6-foot diameter.
Yes. Unless 72 is the radius.
No. It's diameter. Or am I asked? Yeah, no, it should be diameter. Unless I'm like fuck all wrong. I mean I could be, but alright, I've got a collection of cars here for you, Creek.
Oh, good.
And you should be well and aligned to come straight on in to the yard.
Good. I need to stop for coal and water.
Alright, Nasu. $500 departing Silva Depot ship. Yeah, no. Alright, I'm gonna put 500 in siding at Silva for now.
Hmm.
What?
I thought the front axle of the Burke would have an oil trigger, but it doesn't.
Are you gonna come through or?
I gotta get water coal.
Oh, okay. Alright, and then in that case, I'll separate from these cars and kind of get out of the way. And then we can slip 9 and 10 behind the Burke.
Yeah.
Actually, if you slide in where you're at, I'll just slide to the other track next to you.
Actually, they might actually fit in the clear against the train.
Oh yeah, they would.
Okay, well that's doing the coal thing.
These guys are alright, although I'd recommend filling them up with water at least Whittier.
Yeah, we could pull in there anyway, right?
Yeah. Alright, these are set to MU. Alright, did everything at Whittier get pulled out?
Yeah, I pulled everything at Whittier out. Oh, actually, no, I didn't pull the stuff on the actual tracks. I probably should go do that. I gathered all the interchange stuff that's already at, the former Whittier interchange. I just forgot to do that. Let me go get that done real quick.
Alright, then I need to look at Dillsboro and Silva then. Oh, which does have a few cars that need to get out of here. Sounds like a good job for 6. I know Silva's got probably a shit ton. Yeah, you know what? Select. Wow, neither of these cars had a brake on. That's concerning. And also not at all surprising.
Mm.
Alright, forward, 20 cars. Locust pin always being out here being annoying.
Hmm. Ooh.
Looks like I've got some time though.
I see you guys are pulling out of Ryson now.
Well, I'm up in 6 down at Dillsboro currently.
Yeah. Wait. That's kind of annoying. I just noticed that if you turn an engine around on... Yeah, if you turn an engine around on the map, it doesn't change... It changes the direction the number is facing. Which means number 9 currently shows up as number 8 for me. Or not number 8, number 6.
Oh, yeah, that's been nothing new.
Yeah, I know it's not anything new. Oh. I'm trying to control the wrong engine because I selected that to check which one it was. Luckily, it's MU'd, so as far as I know, it didn't do anything. Did it?
I don't know. That's you're gonna have to ask Creed.
Well, that's what I'm trying to ask. I hope it didn't do anything.
Alright, moving out of Dillsboro.
Oh. That's a painfully slow start. Oh, never mind.
God, there's a lot to pick up out of Silva.
Oh, well, that's kind of stupid. I have never realized that was a thing before. Do you think we're ever gonna get a Shay in this game?
Not
surprise me.
via vanilla updates.
Fair enough.
I'm sure someone would be more than happy to do it via modding.
Though I can imagine a Shay would be kind of difficult to directly.
Uh,
At least from my perspective, but I have no modding experience whatsoever, so...
I imagine it really wouldn't be all that hard. It'd just be a matter of doing the animations for it.
I do think a Shay would be kind of fun. At the very least, just to see in this game.
Yeah. I think it would be interesting to have for like Connolly and Walker, but that's about it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a Shay for anything further distance than that. I mean, you wouldn't want a Shay for servicing really anything for the most part.
Well, I imagine it wouldn't be all that bad for, say, Robinson Gap or Alarka.
Actually, oh yeah, that would make sense too. More localized industries make sense, but...
Greek, how you doing?
I'm at Ela.
Okay. I'm starting to assemble a few cars.
Okay, well, Whittier's currently set up for you to pick up. Oh. Let's see.
Why was 12 has been stopped? You know what? I'm not even all that worried about it because it's not even prime passenger time right now anyway. Ah, come on. Just a hair further, that would have been nice. What'd you do?
I got distracted oiling journals.
Oh. That doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world.
Not
Say
the
oops
worst.
too.
Yeah, it was a couple percentage points. Literally like 2 points.
Ugh. Let me go through and oil the journals on this train currently while you get that linked up again.
Come on, you chooch.
Okay, entire train's... Well, from that point, from your engines back.
Okay.
At least from what I could check. Oh, I never mind. Bit more oily, but not too close. Yeah, okay.
Okay. My doorbell apparently seems to be barking. You know what? Guess it would be more worthwhile for me to do the other way.
I'm actually going to lay down for an hour, but interchange is going through the 30-mile-an-hour east of Ela.
All right.
I'm gonna try to take a power nap.
Yeah, you're gonna need it there, bud.
You guys have a good night.
You enjoy.
So who's gonna be doing the this then?
The transfer.
With, 6413.
To be honest, I might just leave it there at Whittier after it gets hooked up.
Fair enough.
Is it on AI though? Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm currently sitting in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to stop it east of East Whittier and then do a hookup and then just tie it down, that'd be great.
Yep.
Because I ought to be getting off here soon enough because my room is very hot right now.
Fair enough.
And we're already almost like 3.5 hours into the stream. I just want to pick out these last few cars first.
Oh, what now? Oh, of course. What the heck? What switch is misaligned that is causing this?
What is it, not going through Whittier?
Found it. It was the one at the end of Whittier.
Yep.
Like the far end of the interchange, or the former interchange. What does it mean, stop signal? There is no stop signal here. Resume speed.
It doesn't know what it's doing sometimes.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. Hence the reason I'm monitoring it. No, I would love to see custom skins for engines and stuff at some point. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think it's entirely needed.
No, it's not necessary. I'm not talking. I'm just saying it. I think it'd be kind of neat. Have a little bit more customization.
Ugh, alright, 4 cars is not gonna fit where I thought it would. Alright, I want to go manual.
There's a lot of coal.
Yeah, that's tier 5 Robbie and Alorca.
Yeah. Oh, right, I forgot. There's no different load model for copper, so it's literally just the visual of coal.
Yep.
I hope they fix that at some point. Probably will.
I'm sure they will, but it's probably not on a priority list right now.
Oh, yeah, no. I guarantee it's very low priority. I mean, it's not a game-breaking issue. It's like the visuals of cargo really don't matter.
Alright, just doing a quick run around, and then I will be good to shove these cars up into the interchange.
A lot of weight.
A lot of what? Sorry?
I just coupled up at like 5 miles an hour, but it was a lot. It looked like it was a bit faster because of the amount of weight that it ended up having to shove.
Oh.
Just looked and felt a bit faster.
Yeah, once you're hooked up there, go and take 8 and shove it back in the shed if you can.
I kind of can't.
Oh. Well,
It's so long that
don't leave it
that I had
attached to the train though.
Yeah, oh no, it's not attached to the train. But I just can't move it off of this line because both switches. Actually, I could move it onto the logging track for now. Doesn't help the fact that the interchange train is kind of blocking 2 switches.
It will do that. Alright, I got a casual 14 cars here for the interchange.
Where?
Should be a nice little chunk of change.
Where?
That's Silva.
Oh, okay. Then should I send the interchange train to keep going again, or what?
No, just leave it there, because once I get
Okay.
these into the interchange, I gotta call it quits.
Okay. I was about to question how number 6 is pushing that, then I realized it's Mikado.
Yeah.
So that's actually nothing compared to what, compared to the huge interchange train currently waiting at Whittier.
Yeah, we've had some large consists.
Yeah.
I think some of which were like 70 to 80 cars.
I'm actually pretty sure I've pulled more tonnage with a Mikado than this.
I don't know about that, but
I have, actually.
this will be a nice clean fit. All right. Well, for now, if the transfer train's tied down and everything else is, I gotta call it quits.
Break.
So for the
Its
peeps,
air brakes are active. If
okay.
That, if that counts.
Yeah, that counts. So for everybody that's watched the stream, thank you guys so much. We'll hopefully catch you within the next week, because I don't know what my streaming schedule is anymore. But until then, guys, please enjoy.